As I have this official title of church treasurer, but what I want to do is spend a few minutes chatting with you as friend, as co-small group member, maybe as previous Sunday school teacher, maybe as youth sponsor or youth sponsor to a young adult you love, or maybe a fellow Jesus follower, or probably for certain a fan of Portland Mennonite Church. I've known many of you since 2005. I hate to count how many years that is. But during those years, I and probably a lot of you who've been around for a while have seen a lot of changes for Portland Mennonite. How many of you remember when the sanctuary faced that direction and we had a balcony? Who remembers the yellow kitchen countertops? Alfred North Whitehead once said, "The only use of a knowledge of the past is to equip us for the present. The present contains all that there is. It is holy ground, for it is the past and it is the future." Recently, Portland Mennonite celebrated 100 years of following Jesus, creating community, and serving this neighborhood. When I think about our past, I think about how true that quote is. The many ways in which PMC is seeking the peace of the city today have been enabled by the prayerful decisions and the faithful stewardship of the past. When we budgeted for and remodeled the lower level a few years ago, I don't know exactly what we expected. I heard all sorts of hopes and ideas. And although I don't think we fully understood then how our decisions would create the present we find ourselves in, I do think God has used our choices to create something beautiful. It isn't pristine around this building. Some might even look around the building and call the space messy. But last week, Kurt took this video. He walked around the church and just look at how beautiful that messy space is. There's space for Sunnyside Mennonite Montessori to run a school that serves the families in our neighborhood. There's space where families transitioning from houselessness to homes have a safe place to rest along their journey. As caretakers of this 100-year-old building, we share our space with another congregation, and many other groups are welcomed into our space. We regularly make huge messes in our old chapel. We collect school kits, groceries, warm clothes for those living outside. There are boxes ready to be sent to our young adults at college. These messes represent the faithful volunteering many of you do on committees or core ministry teams like outreach, community life, worship, faith formation, or children and youth. This space is filled with energy. I don't know if you feel it this year, but I certainly do. This energy, as you'll see in an upcoming part of this video, it's often embodied by the young people we worship with. I love that energy. Last month, when we took the MYF to Twin Rocks for our MYF beach retreat, we maxed out the occupancy of the house. We've been renting that house for years, but this year, we needed two houses. And last week, we maxed out our Team Snap subscription. I had to kick Stephen Obel-Deschelman off to make room for someone else. We have 24 MYFers on that list. I love the fact that we have that kind of energy around here. When I think about the call to stewardship today, I think about how our decisions now will create the future. I know what this church has meant to our two daughters, and I know how it supported them, and Bob and I in the last 18 years. Bob and I consider Portland Mennonite Church to be one of the greatest blessings of our lives. Many of our dearest friends are here. We have served together, we've parented together, we've studied together, we've understood faith together, and we've grieved together. Rod and many of you have guided us in our personal faith journeys, and we are better for it. This place is messy, it is busy, and it is so very beautiful. Our collective financial stewardship enables all of this. As Rod said, it all takes money. It all takes stewardship. It all takes faithful giving. So now I'm going to put my treasurer hat back on, and I'm going to admit to you that preparing a budget for a church, particularly for the first time, it feels a bit daunting. The table has been prayerfully considering the right expenditures, the right numbers. When you look at our budget, what does it say about us? What story does it tell? We know that the money that we spend here is important, and these are important decisions. And we know how generous all of you have been over the years and how faithful God has been. The information on this slide represents an aspirational budget. I'm not going to walk through all the numbers because you'll find it in your bulletin. It's on one of the inserts, which I did not bring up, but you have it. Actually, it's at the bottom of this one. I was right. Each of those categories represents the ministries of our church. And the end result is that we're recommending a 2.75% increase over last year. This factors in our current economy and our current ministries. And if you'd like to see a line item budget, those are available. They're in the church office. And anyone on the table would be happy to answer any questions you have. And if you'd like to help the treasurer, aka your friend, sleep at night, I would really ask you to consider filling out this form, the form of anticipated giving. This is not a contract. I won't be calling you if it doesn't take place, but it's a way to give us an idea of giving levels. And so it's a confidential process. It'll just be used by the finance committee, mostly me, and it'll just give us an idea if we're on the right track. So you can fill out the paper form, the online form, you can email me, you can text me, whatever works for you. And if you could do this by October 22nd, prior to our next table meeting, it would sure be helpful. I look forward to walking this holy ground of the present with you. It's been created by our past, it's being developed for our present, and it's building our future. Thank you.